What it do? What the business is? It's your boy. We're here to talk about Russell Westbrook and the Lakers again. Another day, some more Laker drama. We know how it go and what it is. So now, from what I'm hearing, the Lakers is trying to undo this mess by trying to send Russell Westbrook back to the Rockets in exchange for John Wall, which I don't believe helps the Lakers one bit at all. I mean, he might fit a little better, but John Wall doesn't. He isn't the answer for the defensive problems that the Lakers have. Let's listen to these boys over here at the Laker Nation or whatever this thing is talk about this. The Lakers, LeBron is really ready to finish the Lakers off, man.
We put out a new video and when we go live for our live post-game shows. All right, so here's what's going on. Kelly Iko of The Athletic reporting that Mark Stein's previous report about Houston potentially being a landing spot for Russell Westbrook. And indeed, this is not a situation where Houston is actually interested in Russell Westbrook. Instead, they are interested in moving off of John Wall, finding a new home for John Wall, getting him somewhere else so that he can continue playing. They don't want Westbrook. And in fact, Westbrook would almost certainly never play for the Houston Rockets.
Now, this is sad. A $40 million player, a triple-double machine, is at the point of his career where the Lakers is trying to off him for a small fry and a Coke. And the Rockets say, okay, if we take this problem off your hands, we're going to want a draft pick. Now, let's talk about these draft picks. LeBron has actually had the Lakers trick off all of their draft picks. I think they're going up to 2027 at this point. So this team is in fucking shambles with LeBron James. So can you imagine when his old ass retired and now you got AD, aka always down? How can you win? They're going to be a lottery team for the years to come. And the sad thing is New Orleans, Washington, and maybe Houston are going to be reaping the benefits of those picks, all because you want to get into LeBron James business. Okay, you won a championship from that. And from the grace of God that you won that championship. Because if that bubble, if we didn't have that pandemic and they stopped for 2 months, always down was definitely going to get hurt. And from the way it's looking, LeBron probably would have got hurt. So there would have been no championship. And this would have been an extreme failure. So Kobe shunned down on the team and gave them that ring. But when you look at this shit in its totality, they've tricked the whole future off for the Lakers for LeBron James, and he wasn't worth it.
As such, they would have to be heavily incentivized to do the deal. And what Iko suggests is that it would be the Lakers' first round pick, that 2027 first, which is probably the best asset the Lakers have to offer.
2027 first. They done tricked every damn thing else off. Now to get off a deal that LeBron James orchestrated, you got to trick another draft pick off and bring John Wall in, which ain't going to really help. This shit is OVA.
Right now that the Rockets would be requiring in exchange for swapping John Wall and Russell Westbrook. Now, I know Lakers fans probably aren't thrilled to hear that, especially when we think back, it wasn't that long ago that the Washington Wizards had to attach a first with John Wall in order to get Russell Westbrook from the Houston Rockets.
And Russ, now you're going to be on the buyout market. Like I told you in the previous video, you're about to go down the path that Carmelo Anthony went down. And I believe Carmelo was a better player than what you are now at that point in his career, where there was no place for him in the league. And there's going to be no place. You're going to have to change your game totally. But really, you can't shoot. So what's your use? You don't play defense and you turn the ball over. I mean, who wants you? It's over. But you done got a big bag. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Of course, things are a little bit different now. And in this situation, the Rockets would be preying upon the Lakers' desperation to try to make things work and the struggles that they've had in getting Westbrook to fit. So the bottom line, if the Houston Rockets are going to do that swap, and remember, contractually, John Wall and Russell Westbrook are pretty much the same. So contractually, there's not a whole lot of money changing there for the Houston Rockets. So what they're going to want is some sort of other incentive to do this, because paying Russell Westbrook to stay at home is about the same right now.
For now, you got to basically beg these people to take your problem off your hands. And to end off, this is something I've been saying for the longest.
When are we going to finally admit LeBron James is a franchise killer?
Next one.
How many times have I said this?
Lamar, what you got?
When are we going to finally admit LeBron James is a franchise killer? He shows up, trades everybody away, gets rid of the coach, uses all the team assets to bring his friends in, and then when it finally falls apart, he shoots the deuces and leaves the team in shambles.
Exactly. Runs off like the whole ass nigga he is and leave y'all to pick the pieces up.
I feel you.
Preach.
There's just one problem with your question. You left out the fact that LeBron has won everywhere he's gone. He went to Cleveland, he delivered a chip. He went to Miami, he delivered 2 chips. He went to LA, he delivered the chips. And along the way, he's been to 10 NBA finals. So if you have championship appearances and championship rings to show for your efforts, what more do you owe? You can't win forever. You can't win all the time. And sometimes you're willing to sacrifice some
That's when LeBron had bounce.
things in the long term for more immediate goals. You make those decisions in business. You make those decisions in sports. LeBron doing that doesn't make it criminal.
Okay, I agree with you there, Stephen A. But okay, when you was in the LeBron James business as the Cleveland Cavaliers the first time around, you got a young bull who was ready to take the lead by storm. Okay, we're going to rock with him. Then Miami, yeah, in his prime. Definitely, we going to play with him. But Pat Riley drew a line in the sand, and LeBron didn't like that. That's why he got the fuck out of there. LeBron, he wasn't going to play them games with LeBron. Then when you went back to Cleveland the second time, yeah, you were made man at this point. Yeah, we gonna do what you say. We're going to acquiesce to you, LeBron. You brought a ring to the city. You most definitely did. But now, this is an old man. And then you drove Dan Gilbert to having a stroke because you was just so much at his top. If you didn't like the man, you shouldn't have went back. He called you a quitter for the first time you left Cleveland, and you did quit. I was saying that back then. So he called you out on your bullshit, and you didn't like it. Okay, whatever. You went back and did what you did. You gave this man a stroke because it was just so much bullshit. Damon Jones and J.R. Smith throwing soup at Damon Jones. Dwayne Wade went there that last year. He had to get the fuck out of there. It was turmoil. LeBron brings too much drama. And at this age, he's not producing the wins to justify the drama. So it's over with for King James. Keep on getting your 30 points, but you ain't winning shit else.